First order of business is discussion and action on the minutes from February 21st, 2024. You guys had a chance to review the minutes? Any changes? Discussion? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of last month.
I don't know if this is via technical detail, but
What did I do?
misprint on the amount for the golf ball tournament, or the golf tournament. The number 5,000 is wrong, it's missing a zero.
Oh, it's missing a zero.
I don't
Yeah.
know how
Okay.
technically
We can
you
make
get
that
all that
correction
stuff,
for
so-
$5.
Yes.
You can approve the amendment, you can approve the financials with that correction.
With the correction.
Yeah, so that,
Thank you for catching
I
that.
just popped up and saw it.
Okay.
I've actually read it twice.
It's easy to see it. Thank
how we
you,
all
I
do
appreciate
it.
it.
Okay, so we have one correction to the minutes. Anything else? Okay.
Sadie,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Melinda.
Yes. Okay. The next thing is the February financial report.
So we're looking a little better. I got Marsh to move some money around, and so you're not negative anymore.
That's good.
So you're positive. Right now, the projection, so we've got a handy dandy spreadsheet we use. Even though the budget says the total taxes and the revenue will be $137,960, our projection is you'll have $144,537. So roughly $7,000 more only
Okay.
budgeted for. So we'll see. Right now, everything seems kind of on track for
Okay.
that. So otherwise, we're spinning around track. Your current budget balance basically is $30,100.
Okay.
So otherwise, it's sitting much better now. We move some money.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any more discussion on the February financial report? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the financials.
Second.
Sadie,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Melinda.
Yes. Okay. The next thing is the discussion of the FY 2024-2025 budget. Steve, do you want to talk about that?
So we're in the process of going through the budget. I missed the meeting last week, but so Kelly put these numbers in here. Looks like they plan on bumping their budget up from $137,960 to $145,000.
Okay.
So, and I got talking about this. I mean, I don't think we really want to budget $25,000 in interest. I'm not convinced interest rates are going to stay where they are.
Right. That's kind of a projection, not really a...
It is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, so that gray column in the middle is where we should be at the end of the year. That's where I got the $144,000 number from.
Okay.
But yeah, at the end of the year, based off the current interest rates we're getting, we should have about $25,000 in earned interest. But I don't know if you can guarantee that next year or not.
Right.
You know, if things drop back down below 5, that number goes down. So
Right.
I'll probably talk to Kelly about that. We may drop that projection down a little bit.
Okay.
So your total revenues right now should look like about $170,000.
Okay.
Until I adjust that, we may adjust it down $10,000 just to be safe.
Okay.
I'd rather under budget for that than over budget.
Certainly.
So,
Yes.
and right now, I don't know if you adjusted this or not for the current, for your expenditures. And we probably need to talk to Jody about it some more, because I know that you got a list, and I think I saw a list on my desk. Now I go down the list and see what we actually are going to fund in an FY, and make sure that number's right. I think that number's low based off what we spent this year. Because year to date we're already at 146,270. So, and that number is what we budgeted last year, so I don't think that'll be that one. So I need to see what, that's on Joe's list, and just add that total up. And
We talked about it at the budget meeting, and I think we're about 190,000, isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
That's how much we've spent, the committee has spent to fund,
that's where you'll be
yeah.
projected. So,
That's certainly something that, before our next meeting, we need to think about, is that, we're spending a little more than we're taking in. So we need to, we need to think about that,
and here's something that got us. This is what got us this position this year. Is there's no transfer from fund balance listed here.
okay,
So I think I'm going to highlight that and make it red, just so we're talking about it. Because I don't have a problem with this number. What it is? I don't have a problem with this number being 99,000.
right,
If we plan to, in the budget, to move fund balance in,
right,
and that'll bump that up. But right now we're not planning on there's no fund balance budget in there.
like out of one of our CDs and
No.
Yeah.
So basically at the end of the year, whatever money you got left over, you have so much over from last year too. It's called fund balance, and it rolls over the next year. And so if you plan to transfer from fund balance in, but you have to budget this in revenue.
okay,
So,
okay,
like I said, that's what this is. And I remember the conversation specifically, we talked about transferring in fund balance for the tourism.
yes. It's
It
just not showing on the.
never made it in there.
Yeah.
And so I'll make sure to get it in there this year.
Okay. So anyway, we need to, we just need to be aware that, in years past, when it was the oil boom, we had more money because more hotel rooms were being rented. And so we have to just be, aware of that. It's not any kind of a 911 thing or anything like that, just need to be aware of it. So anyway, that's, anything else, Steve? Thank you for doing this work on it, we appreciate it.
No problem.
So, do we need any kind of action on that?
No,
Okay.
right.
Okay. All right, so it looks like Ben's not here,
No.
so
Pat.
Pat's doing it. Okay. We would love to have you talk to us, Pat. Yes, just come right up here.
Okay,
Thank you so much for coming. This is a great event.
well, appreciate it. This is going to be our third event, our first year. I don't know if you guys remember, we had 4 teams from out of town. Last year we had 15. This year we have to have 20 to be a sanctioned, is that correct, event. Also, unless something changes, we're going to have Kenny Fiddler and the Cowboy Killers booked for Friday night for a band. Assuming you guys got what we're asking for. Last year, I don't know if any of you guys came downtown during our event. The square was pretty busy. We tried not to block off the whole entire square, and we tried to get businesses to be open. Some was not open. So, and then this year with us having 20 teams, we're going to try to move it to the fairgrounds to be more roomy. Because if not, if we have to have it downtown, then we're going to have to basically request to close off the whole entire square to where people can't drive. That's the only change outside of getting more people here, more teams, is moving it from the square to the fairgrounds.
What plans do you guys have to get those additional 5 teams? I mean, do you have commitments from people from last year? I mean,
We do have commitments from people from last year. And then also, we had a couple teams register last year that the day prior was not able to come. One, I believe, wrecked their trailer, so they were not able to come. They're planning on coming this year. Colorado, I think we had 2 teams come last year from Colorado. Now they're talking about 4 to 6 teams. They're trying to bring their buddies down with them. And of course, Kansas. And then also we got the registration on the website quite a bit earlier. So it's been advertised on the website.
Where else are you advertising?
Just different Facebook sites that all the barbecue competitions go to. Also, I don't know if you guys ate in Oklahoma City at Clark's Crew Barbecue. They came, they won Reserve Grand, but if you go in and look at their to-go counter, they got both of our trophies sitting there that they won. So anyway, it's right by the Baptist
Are they coming?
Hospital. They're planning on coming, yes. I don't know for a fact, they haven't registered, so
So you feel confident you can get the 20 teams to be sanctioned?
yes. We'll have the event no matter what.
Now, what does that mean? What does being sanctioned mean?
They all compete for points, and they have to go to so many competitions, earn so much points, and then they get more prizes through the KCBS, correct?
Should be sanctioned through the KBCS is what you're saying.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm looking at this spreadsheet right or not, but you had down that your total expenses are 18,950, or not net expenses, revenue, sorry, from your entry fees and sponsorships, stuff like that, and your total expenses is 27,750, with leaving you 8,800 in the hole, and you're asking for 23,750. That's gonna put you 15 in the black. If I'm reading this correctly. And I don't know if that's,
Now, so the totals are by blocks.
Yeah.
Right, by blocks. So
right, right, and I'm doing the
what's
math
this add up
on,
to?
that's 27,000.
That
Or
is-
23,750 on that
That
box
column?
tourism, what they're asking for is that now. which
Yeah,
will go
we're asking
against
for
the expense.
85% of what we think it's, because the rest of it will be from entry teams that will get, and then the food that we're gonna be serving Friday and Saturday.
So you're asking though, what are they're doing with the additional 14,950?
Right, I mean, there's almost $15,000 that's
Yeah.
not accounted for as an expense on here. Because if you've got 19,000 coming in as revenue to offset your total expenses, that leaves you 8,800 left, and he's not breaking even yet. But 23,750 is asked for, so if we apply that to that, it's gonna put you 14,950 in the black.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the rest of that,
Yeah, what's that gonna be spent
what's that
on?
spoke for, yeah. That's it just seems,
The math,
the math doesn't
Yeah.
jive. Most of the time, you ask for money to try to break even or to
To
offset
bring it to
some of it.
zero, yeah.
This one, you're paying off your in the red of 8,800, and then you'll have an extra 14,950 on top of that. So it just.
with the
it's-
23,750.
Yeah, if we gave you 23,750, that's going to, I guess where your 85% is where I'm wondering where is that just applied to the expenses? Is that why
Yes,
the 23,750 is 85% of your total expenses?
right, we didn't want to ask for 100% of our
Right.
expenses.
But your revenue that you're getting into the event is almost 19,000. And that offsets your expenses, so really you're only 8,800 in the hole from breaking even for this event
Yeah.
instead of $23,000. Because it's, I don't know, is that flow process right in my mind?
No,
Everybody else
the
see?
math is
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
I
Because
see that.
most of the time, it's requested like, so how, if you're 88 in the red, your total request would be 8,800 to bring you back to zero, so there's no leftover funds.
right.
So our question is, since it's not in there, what do you have planned for that extra $14,950 from the requested funds? Does that make sense?
Like, what are our plans?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna end up with almost $15,000 left over after your event is done.
If you're.
The way your math is
Yeah,
showing.
the way your math is showing.
Is your total expenses, you're projected for 27,750. You're gonna bring in 18,950 from advertising, sponsorships, concessions and stuff like that.
Right, well, that's what we're projected for.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Right, and that's fine, and that may not be the right amounts, I get that, because that's a forecast. But it's also, I mean, even if we just did to replace what your revenue was, I mean, it just seems excessive, I guess. It seems like a lot of money left over for, that we don't, I mean,
We don't know where it's going.
well, yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
where it's going. It's just, if there's gonna be $14,000 more expenses that you don't have accounted for, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And
Well, I know doing this, there's always stuff that comes up, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, am I confusing, or do you get what I'm saying too? I mean, I'm not trying to say no, I mean, I'm just making sure that money flows right.
No, and I know most of the, on the right side, I know that's what it cost last year, that what we put out, and then the expenses also the same, but stuff also went up.
yeah. So, do we have a motion? Would we like him to talk to Ben and come back?
So I recommend,
To talk to Ben and come back?
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, you still got April to approve it.
Yeah.
It's not till May.
right.
Yeah.
So,
So you're wanting us to make it less than what we're asking, is what you're saying?
We're trying to figure out where the other $14,950 is gonna go. Because, I mean, that's a lot of money that's just gonna be in the black. I mean, it's like you've made that much money from your event, and it's just gonna be sitting there.
Right.
I mean, our money is to help you put on the event, not necessarily
to,
to sit there in an account.
yeah, because you
So,
can come back next year for
money again.
money for the 2025 edition of your event, you know? So that's, so do I have a motion to table it? Or was that what you guys would like to do?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
Ben's
Pat, I
the one that
know
put this
Ben's not
through.
here and he probably has,
And he probably did
Did
this.
application.
Right, yeah.
So-
he would be the one we need to talk to.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see what-
He may not be, he may not.
He may not have done that right, or may have
Yeah.
thought something, and that happens.
And
I've seen
this
it.
isn't the first time this has happened.
yeah, this
Yes,
isn't the first
yes.
time this
They
has
realize they
happened.
left something off.
We've had some that take our revenue that we give them and put it in their revenue stream. And
Yeah.
that's not where it's supposed to
That's
go.
not
So
what it's
it
supposed to
offsets
be.
everything wrong,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look right. So, I mean, that stuff happens. But,
So,
yeah, we need to talk to them and see what,
would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, so do I have a motion for tabling?
I'll make a motion to table
I'll second.
until next meeting.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Yep.
Scott,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica. Yes. And Melinda.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next, we have, I don't see Dusty here. You're going instead of Dusty? Okay. Nescatonga Golf Tournament.
Okay, yeah, this is for the 62nd annual Nescatonga Golf Tournament. We have roughly 40 teams every year that come back, friends, family from 4 states. You know, of course, you got Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, Nebraska, that come down, and roughly 400 to 600 people come in for the event, family. It's a real kind of a family thing. Everybody gets back together and has a good time. So they have, you know, a lot of hotel stays, restaurants. You know, the kids and family, they go downtown, you know, spend their money in the stores downtown, and stuff like that. So it's a yearly deal that everybody has on their calendar, and they come back and get back to. A lot of them come from here, so they come back and they get to see their old stomping grounds and stuff like that. So in order to keep it going and everything, we would ask for a little bit of help on just a few items to help us with that. On that last page of the application, our banquet that we have, it'll be on a Saturday night. the families all get together. We cater food in, usually from the Bull or Alva's Market. So that's where the banquet is. Everybody goes out there and gets fed. And then there's a lot of extra labor that goes into a big tournament like this. We bring in a couple extra kids, a lot more weed eating, a lot more tree clearing and stuff of that nature to make sure that it's in good shape for when everybody comes in for it. So it's a good event, and a lot of people enjoy it. So
Thank you guys for keeping this going. 60 years is a long time.
it's a very long time. Yes.
That's a long time, so we appreciate that.
When is it, JJ?
It's July 12th, 12th to the 14th, I believe. It's the weekend after the 4th
Yeah,
of July.
that's what it says.
Yep.
So, before Crazy Day, it's like in between.
Yep. Yeah, be in between those two. Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. Any questions for JJ? Do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request for the Nesca-Catunga Golf Tournament not to exceed $6,000.
A second.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
JJ.
it. That's definitely helped.
So, okay, next item is discussion and action to move the April meeting to the 24th of April as opposed to the 16th, 17th.
I mean, unless you guys want to have it, it's just, we won't be here because of the turkey.
It's turkey
Say
night.
it's the turkey hunt, so.
And I did have a thought, because their event is right like a week after that, we may, if he can get it, if everyone's have like a special
Yeah.
So
meeting,
that's what I say,
since we have that.
you can't move a regular scheduled meeting without a bunch of advance notice to the Secretary of State or somebody up there. We gotta send a letter to and everything else. It's easier just to cancel the regular meeting and schedule a special meeting.
Right.
Right, that's what that's what we're trying to do. So we would like to cancel the meeting that was supposed to be on, I just had it up,
Yeah, Wednesday the 17th.
the 17th because of the turkey hunt.
Right.
And then we would like to schedule a special meeting on April 24th.
Correct.
Is that too late though with their,
Right.
Could
Yeah,
we-
that was-
Could we move it to the 10th? That way we give them some extra time.
I was wanting to present for the,
now there's Parks and Rec meeting on that day.
Oh, okay,
and I'm not ready to present for the MOU yet,
okay,
so
okay.
selfishly.
Well, we could have, I mean, if we had to, we could have another special meeting earlier in April.
So why not do it on Tuesday the 16th?
Is-
Breaking Wednesday tradition.
We're breaking the Wednesday tradition.
I mean, I don't have a problem if,
I don't care.
I may not be here.
So I don't know if I'll be able to make that.
We have dance pictures, so I have to get her
Okay,
and Kyle on.
so.
I mean, you guys can have the meeting on the 17th. I mean, if one of you guys want to take the.
Well, I
so you
have
won't
a
be
conflict
here.
with the 17th too.
Oh, okay.
That's not the turkey hunt,
Okay.
so that's,
I mean, 24th is fine.
I just didn't know if we wanted to have maybe an additional one for them to
Yeah.
present or is a week enough time? Because then there are events that following
Yeah.
weekend.
I agree with you.
So,
If we could get it together for
Maybe-
next Wednesday.
I mean, could you do
yeah, I don't know how quickly
When's he
Ben could
coming
look
back?
at it, and we could look at it next.
I
Next
doubt it's
week.
gonna be anything that's real tough to figure out.
Yeah,
And if that's the only
I think
thing on
it's
the-
math.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
that's the only thing on the agenda.
Because I know it costs quite a bit to put this on.
Right, and I don't know if he's missing some
Something,
figures on there or
yeah.
what.
When's he coming back?
He'll be back Sunday.
Okay,
So we can have it next week. And if anything else, I can get his,
have him look at it,
he
and,
can email me that form and
yeah.
go back through the receipts and stuff.
I would need to post it by,
It's 2 days prior.
so Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday before noon.
Well, no, Monday before 5 o'clock. It's actually
Because that's
48 hours.
48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be around, so
But-
we'll have to do it through emails.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just work it up and send it to me and I'll post it.
And it'll probably be like a 10-minute meeting.
Like, yeah, 10
Yeah,
minutes,
right.
so, because we won't have any financials or anything to
No.
vote on at that point. It'll just be that, and then we'll have the minutes from this meeting and that meeting to vote on the 24th of
Yes.
April. So, yeah.
So
So,
it's next Wednesday? Week
Yeah,
from
you
next
now?
can
Wednesday,
talk to
5:30.
Ben.
yeah. So, this has happened before. It's not a big deal. So, anyway.
It's the 27th.
We appreciate you, Pat, because
No worries.
it's hard when you're trying to pinch it for somebody. So, that's, okay. So, do I have a motion on the special meetings?
I'll make a motion to have a special meeting next Wednesday, March 27th, and our special meeting April 24th. Okay.
And to
And
cancel
to
one?
cancel our regular scheduled meeting April 17th.
And I'll second that.
So many dates.
So many.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
and Melinda.
Yes. Okay, any reports from staff, Jody? Anything else you want to talk to us about, Steve?
There's a lot of stuff going on in town right now. A lot of good stuff, so.
A lot of good stuff.
All the projects we got going on, it's keeping us busy.
Waffles look great.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
waffles look great.
They
The
have the
pools
liner
looking
down.
amazing. So,
It's all going well. So, we've been having, we didn't do, well, I guess one crazy thing I don't make sure everybody knows, we had 2 council members resign last city council meeting. So that was interesting. Well, Mayor Trust to find their replacements.
Yeah.
So,
Same order.
no,
No, Daniel and Taylor.
Daniel and Taylor.
and they're both moving away, so it's not like,
Daniel's not
Well,
moving away.
Daniel, his
oh, Daniel's not moving away.
He's
just-
started his business
He's
up.
so busy.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, Taylor's moving to
Taylor's
Texas.
moving.
So that's kind of another wrap up. So
Yeah.
it's busy.
Lots of stuff going on.
Any remarks or inquiries by committee members? Do you guys have anything? All right, then it is, what?
5:57.
5:56. What time does it say on your clock?
5:57.
5:57.